One of the biggest mistakes sellers make today is thinking they can simply put their home on the market exactly as it sits and still expect to achieve the strongest possible result. Because in today's market, preparation matters far more than most homeowners realize. And the difference between a home that feels polished, turnkey, and emotionally compelling versus one that feels unfinished, dated, or poorly prepared can dramatically impact buyer activity, time on market, your negotiating leverage, and ultimately the final sales price. In fact, we regularly see situations where relatively modest preparation changes completely how buyers respond to a property. So in this video, I want to walk you through exactly what sellers should do before selling their home in Laguna Niguel, what improvements tend to matter the most, and why strategic preparation has become the most important part of a successful sale. I'm Shawn Noonan with the Noonan team at Compass, and we specialize in luxury real estate throughout Laguna Niguel, Dana Point, and the coastal communities of Southern Orange County. And one of the most common conversations we're having with sellers these days is, what exactly should we do before putting our home on the market? And the reality is, not every improvement matters equally, and not every dollar spent necessarily creates value. The key is understanding which preparation decisions actually influence buyer behavior. And today's buyers are highly visual and emotionally driven. Before they ever schedule a showing, they're typically evaluating homes online against every competing property in the market. And that means they're typically comparing photography, lighting, presentation, property condition, design, layout, and the overall lifestyle appeal within seconds. And because buyers today have so many choices and so much information available instantly, homes that feel clean and polished, bright and move-in ready tend to create significantly stronger emotional engagement, especially in Southern Orange County markets where presentation standards are extremely high. We regularly see situations throughout Laguna Niguel where two homes with similar layouts perform completely differently simply because one feels turnkey and emotionally compelling online, while the other feels dated, cluttered, or just unfinished. And one of the first things sellers should address before listing is deferred maintenance, because buyers tend to interpret even small issues as signs that the home may not have been properly cared for overall. Things like chipped paint, worn flooring, outdated lighting fixtures, cracked caulking in your bathrooms, leaking faucets, damaged drywall, neglected landscaping, or any HVAC concerns. These can quietly create hesitation during showings, and hesitation matters because buyers are constantly evaluating risk. Homes that feel clean, well-maintained, and cared for typically create stronger confidence, and stronger confidence usually translates into stronger offers. One of the most misunderstood aspects of preparing a home for sale is staging and depersonalizing. Many sellers assume staging is simply decorating, and in reality, staging is about controlling buyer perception. The objective here is to help buyers emotionally connect with the property while allowing the home itself to become the focal point. And that often means simplifying spaces, removing excess furniture, minimizing personal items throughout your home, improving the flow, maximizing natural light, and just creating a cleaner visual experience for prospective buyers. And this becomes especially important in communities like Laguna Sur, Palmilla, or Beacon Hill, where buyers are often purchasing both a home and a lifestyle. We regularly see homes perform dramatically better once the presentation feels lighter, brighter, more cohesive, and emotionally aspirational. That's why several years ago we launched a free staging program for all of our clients. We believe in it that strongly. One of the simplest but most impactful things sellers can do before listing a home is to improve the overall brightness and first impressions. See, buyers will consistently respond positively to homes that feel light, open, fresh, and well-maintained. Simple improvements, things such as fresh neutral paint, updated lighting fixtures, clean windows, refreshed landscaping, pressure washing, and improved curb appeal can substantially influence how buyers emotionally experience a home. An emotional response happens quickly. In many cases, buyers begin forming opinions before they even walk through the front door. And one of the most important things sellers should understand is that preparation directly impacts marketing performance. Because today, the vast majority of buyers experience the home online first. And that means photography, video, social media, digital advertising, and overall presentation all become dramatically more effective when the home has been prepared properly beforehand. Homes that photograph beautifully tend to generate more clicks. They create more emotional engagement. They attract more showings and ultimately produce stronger buyer activity right out of the gate, especially in luxury and coastal markets where visual presentation heavily influences buyer behavior. Preparation is not just cosmetic, it's strategic positioning. And one important thing sellers should understand is that preparing a home for sale does not always mean undertaking major renovations. In many situations, thoughtful preparation and presentation improvements create a much stronger return than expensive remodeling projects completed right before listing. The key is identifying what buyers are likely to notice, what's going to create emotional impact, and what improves overall market positioning. Because the goal is not perfection. The goal is maximizing buyer response within the current market. And at the Noonan team, we approach preparation as a part of a much larger launch strategy because strong outcomes rarely happen by accident. And they're usually the result of aligning preparation, careful pricing strategy, excellent presentation, good marketing, proper timing, and understanding buyer psychology into one cohesive strategy before the home ever officially hits the market. Our process may include preparation consultations, a visit from our in-house designer and stager, coordination of vendors, recommendations on improvements that we think you should make, a lighting and presentation strategy, photography and video planning, and a launch timing analysis. The objective is not simply to list the property quickly. The objective is to position the home strategically so it stands out competitively, creates strong emotional engagement, and attracts the strongest possible buyer activity from day one. The reality is, preparation has become one of the most important factors influencing how homes perform in today's market. And in communities throughout Laguna Niguel and coastal Orange County, the difference between average preparation and strategic preparation can dramatically impact both buyer response and the final outcome. If you're considering selling and would simply like a more thoughtful understanding of how your home could be best positioned before going to market, we're always happy to be a resource. And if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to like and subscribe for more Laguna Niguel real estate insights, seller strategies, and market updates.